on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening, this is your evening newscast for today, Monday, June 20th, 2022. My name is Joshua Van Sleckman and this is your news at this time. A motion to suspend 8 opposition members of parliament is set to be tabled at the next sitting of the National Assembly. The motion to be tabled is as a result of the decision made at the level of the Parliamentary Privilege Committee following the ruckus which was caused in the House at the December 29, 2021 during a passage of the Natural Resources Bill last January. The names of 8 opposition parliamentarians were submitted and considered by the committee for disciplinary actions to be meted out. We understand that the following deliberations of the committee, it was recommended that the opposition MPs Sherrod Duncan, Christopher Jones, Ganesh Mahi Paul, Vince Roy Jordan, Annette Ferguson, Natasha Singh Lewis, Maureen A. Philadelphia, and Tabitha Haley be suspended from the House. While no date has been set for the motion to be tabled, the Privileges Committee is recommended that the 4 of the MPs, Philadelphia, Haley, Jordan, and Ferguson, be suspended for 6 sittings of the House, while the others are to be suspended for 4 consecutive sittings. In a Vice News documentary titled Guyana for Sale, which premiered yesterday featuring Vice President Barrett Jagdeo, his Chinese tenant and friend, businessman Su Zing Rung, is heard accusing Jagdeo of allegedly accepting bribes for large development projects undertaken in the country. Jagdeo has denied the allegation and has since signaled that he will take legal actions against the Chinese businessman and also promised to evict him from his property. At his Good-for-Walkton East Coast Demerara home, the former head of state told the undercover reporter and her colleague posing as the Chinese business investors that he gives his Chinese friend all the support needed to facilitate investment. And he has no dealings with the finances given his role in government. In Sousa's conversation with the vice reporter, he claimed to have brokered, among other deals, the Amila Falls Hydro project, reportedly won through the payment of a massive bribe. 2 persons are reportedly missing following a boat that capsized in the Pomeroon River around 18 hours 30 last evening. It is understood that the boat, which was powered by an outboard engine, collided with a fishing vessel. The 2 individuals from the smaller vessel reportedly fell overboard and are yet to be recovered. Prior to December 2017, Trinidad and Tobago has found itself entrapped in a contractual situation with oil companies that most citizens and industry stakeholders describe as a burden on being almost criminal. Instead of companies paying royalties out of their share of profit oil, weak production sharing agreement left TNT making those payments on behalf of those foreign entities. This was taking place for almost 6 years due to there being no explicit provision outlining that oil companies must make such a payment to the state and that the same is not recoverable under any circumstance. In 2017, the country then demanded 12.5% non-recoverable royalty. Taking TNT's decades-long tragedy into consideration, stakeholders there have urged Guyana to guard against similar abuses early on. Kaieteur News publisher Glenn Lau has raised a series of questions in the case he filed against the government's decision to grant extensive tax waivers to ExxonMobil and its partners. In a document submitted to the High Court on Lau's behalf by his attorney Mohammed R. Ali, the KN publisher has asked the court to determine inter alia whether the acts of the Minister of Natural Resources and certain sub-articles of the Petroleum Agreement were in breach of Sections 10 and 51 of the Petroleum Exploration and Production Act, as well as sections of the Financial Administration and Audit Act. In fact, Lal contends that the terms of agreement as it relates to taxes contained in the petroleum agreement signed between the government of Guyana and ExxonMobil is in direct conflict with the petroleum law. Added to this, the businessman said that the government of Guyana did not just grant a waiver, remission, or concession, but submitted itself to the agency liable to be taxed. He submitted that the court should be therefore consider whether the government of Guyana can substitute paying taxes for any taxpayer. And with that, we've come to the end of your evening newscast for today, Monday, June 20th, 2022. Allow me to remind you that you can get the full details of these stories and much more by picking up a copy of the Kaieteur News at the newsstand near you for just $100 Ghana, or head across to our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com. I am Josh Evans Sleckman. Thank you for joining us. Have a great remainder of your Monday evening. Coming up at 19 hours 20, it will be time for the Monday edition of the Glenn Lal Show.